Welcome to the show. Maybe there'd be something out there with it being that way, but... Nope. Anyways... Let's go find out what the horror is. And whether or not we can give it money.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Hello.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Are you sure about that?
You too.
Hmm. I've activated the Imperial Horary. Ooh, spinny things. I bet that takes a lot of lube. Can't imagine how long it takes to disinfect that. The laser light show? I'll be the smoke machine. I still don't know what it's doing. It gave me a spell.
Hi there.
I've not always been happy with the standards of conduct in the Mages Guild, but Hannibal Traven's reforms are quite encouraging.
Well, I guess we've just got to keep our search up for a Shadow Banish wine. I think I have 2 of them.
Good to know.
And I'm going to move them to the castle. Oh, that's our Newheim special brew. Oh, man. That Cinnabar polypore cap always makes me think about Cinnabon. Cinnabon makes me think about Krispy Kreme.
Oh. Hello.
Hi. Krispy Kreme makes me think about Starbucks. It's Starbucks. They really took off in the 90s. Whoa. Oh, that's an error. It's kind of neat, though.
You're a sneaky-looking sort.
Hmm. Wow. I can wear this one as the gray fox. That's a cooler one. I'm gonna think about it. Or if I could put Nuheim's special brew here. Sort of. Oh, the fine steel cutlass. It's jammed in the wall. No, that'll happen.
Well met.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
Fine greetings to you.
What's going
Hail.
on with you?
They say syndicates of wizards.
I mean, I guess I could do that.
Imperial goods.
I'll do that when I'm not streaming. We'll clean that up later. Let's do something fun. When I have a horse. Well, let's go find out anyways. I've discovered a notice from Snack Grubber of the Chestnut Handy Stables. She is offering to outfit a horse with armor at no charge to anyone who presents her with a note like the one I've found. She'll bring her my horse to her and take advantage of this offer. First, we're gonna go get a horse. Wonder if there's an imperial horsery. a long ways to ride. Might be a nice ride. It's been a while since we've had a horse. Any rear view mirror on this horse? Hey, Snacks.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Snock Grabura, owner and proprietor. We board horses and, well, we don't actually sell horses. Anymore, that is.
Oh, is it the Silver Fox's concern?
Oh, he's that wanted criminal. Isn't he a master thief? I hear he's dangerous, too. I've heard that the beggars spy for him. The Chestnut Handy stables used to sell horses, but they're gone. Our horses. All gone. Big mystery. No idea where they went.
Did you eat them?
I almost walked into that one. No, of course not. That would be wrong. You shouldn't eat horses. The Imperial Watch seems awfully worried about the gray fox. Look at all those wanted posters. What can I interest you in?
Horse armor.
You've got to be kidding. Let's see what we've got here.
Although I had no horse, Snack Grabura outfitted her old nag with steel armor and gave it to me for free of charge. From now on, she will outfit any horse that I bring with steel or elven armor for 500. That's a thing. Alright, let's do the pirates mission. What is a nag? Old worn out horse. Neighing. In Scotland, nag is a term for a horse. It is old, in poor condition, or has been overused. Okay. Centuries ago, in a galaxy. No. In a time period. No. Not a dimension. We'll come back to that. A great battle took place in Anvil Bay. In the battle, the legendary pirate Torden ap Dougal, also known as One-Eyed Willie, the captain of the infamous Black Flag was defeated by the first Count of Anvil. Rumors have been circulating of a hidden underground cavern beneath Castle Anvil. If the rumors are to be believed, then the final resting place of Captain Dougal and his ship and his one-eyed Willie have been uncovered. I should investigate these rumors as soon as possible. It would appear that there's a cave that leads under Castle Anvil. Rumors indicate that Dunbarrow Cove may be located under the castle itself. I should head into the cave for the cove. Cavey Cove.
Hello? Who's there?
Wood door to Smuggler's Cave. In this cove. The dining hall. But then that's the cave, right? I've followed the rumors and found Dunbarrow Cove and the remains of the Black Flag. However, the caverns are overrun by the skeletons of the pirates who perished here. I'll have to put them to rest before I can refit the cove. Alright, time to lawn mow a few skeletons. I'll probably just pick a few of them all. Oh, it's all sunk, huh? One of the boats. I guess the creators couldn't decide whether it should be sunk or not. Let's just do both. Superb Oldsmobile Colossus. Well, they took part of this one apart. The Wrinkle Dunks. It's all messed up. Ooh. Chicken nuggets. Cheddar nuggets. Ooh, I hear a signal stone. Yeah, it's definitely that direction. Must be an error. Oh, right, I'm supposed to make this a house. That's what it is. I thought this was like a mission. Oh. I gotta go sell stuff. Luckily, we have a bunch of stuff to sell. I've destroyed the last of the undead pirates and claimed Dunbarrow Cove as my own. The cavern and the hulk of the Black Flag are in terrible condition after hundreds of years. Underground. I should speak with Dahlia Rockham of the Clarabella. She will be able to assist me in hiring a crew to turn Dunbarrow Cove into a suitable base of operations. Here's the story. Hmm. Third era, 286, or thereabouts. Yar, I find it unlikely that anyone will find this journal. But be they do, know there here be written the last words of the great Captain Tordan Apdugal, scourge of the Abitchan Sea. Terror. You gotta say it with that George W. Bush accent. Terror of the Gold Coast. Cutty Throat of Hunding Bay. Nobody knows where that is, dude. And Lord Captain of the Red Saber. The finest band o' buccaneers and pirates e'er to sail Tamriel. Do I sound like I've been drinking rum? Ain't a man with much use for words. But I decided I'd write 4 frickin' journals. I ain't never been to academies, but I have perfect penmanship. And I never wrote no books, except I wrote 4 of them. Words ain't never earned me no gold, so they's worthless to me. That's why ye quartermasters and first mates Gonna be setting my last thoughts here on paper, 'cause ain't got much time left here. And it's every old man's right to have his words heard, or read, or recounted in a southern accent, because my pirate accent takes too long. Now, me business was a fighting, sailing, and looting. I became a leader of sailing men the most feared in history, or so they tells me. Who tells you? Now, before ye be getting ahead of yourself, let me be warning you that my tale does not end well, as I'm sure you can see from wherever you found my rotting bones in this cursed cavern. Set yourself down, pop a bowl of corn, butter it up real good, 'cause this is a hootenanny. I'm going to start all the way back from when I was born in a little town on the north coast of Skyrim. Oh, he's a Nord, okay. Called Dunborough. Oh. Mother was a wench, father was a right bastard. The only thing that either of them ever did for me was doing me the favor of selling me off to a sea captain when I was 9. That captain, he taught me everything I'd ever need to know about sailing and a few things about the rest. You see, he were a smuggler, and he taught me all about smuggling and avoiding the Imperial Navy, as he run the schooner route from Daggerfall to Vivix. Shame he was caught and hung. He were as close to a daddy as this old pirate ever knew. Aw, just chokes you up like an old peg leg. Closer than that bastard that sold me off. That's for sure. After the captain was hung, I got around to Hammerfell a lot. My hammer fell in with a few crews here and there, and after a time got myself hired on as midshipman on Captain Colette's rig. Colette was a drunkard. Ran his own ship aground in Anvil before we could get any pirating done. Oh, so after. So embarrassed were he that he drank himself to death in one of the pisshole taverns in this flat little seawater town. Well, boy, this guy's optimistic as all get out. So there I were in a backwater port when the war against the usurper broke out. I were out on hire with a rickety tub and her worthless rod of a cap. Wait a minute. I was in a backwater port war against the usurper broke out. Always talking about the big war. I was hired on a rickety tub, worthless rod of a captain, when the Imperial Navy stole every pirate ship in the port to go fight the war. We were coming back to dock when we heard about it. Only a fool doesn't bite when he smells blood in the water. And that captain was going to hand his rudder over to the Navy. The rest of us, we didn't like that. We cut his throat and tossed his worthless carcass to the depths for Hermaeus moored, also known as the Kraken. No, it'd be the Crabkin. The rest of us put keel to this mud hole and broke for the nearest cove to lay low for a while. The thing I learned about the war is that it's profitable for everyone except the poor people who have to go and fight it. While the Navy was busy putting down the revolution, they were too busy to worry about a bunch of pirates running up and down the Gold Coast. Better for us, the Navy was needing a stream of supplies up in High Rock to fight, and didn't have ships to escort them. In case you don't know, cargo vessels without escort is a pirate's best friend. Well, yeah. Just a couple of years had every buccaneer from here to Valenwood flying under my flag. Dozens of ships. More men joined every day. Soldiers, sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners, best cutthroats a pirate captain could ever wish for. Brings a tear to my eye to think of them all. But even better than the men were the ships captured Navy cutters, refitted privateer galleons. Even had a few of them Bosmer ships with the funny living sails on my fleet. The finest ship I saved for myself, the Black Flag. You'll find her rotting hull around here. She doesn't look like much now, but I can tell you, in her day, there were no vessels she couldn't outrun. All these men and ships, we called ourselves the Red Saber. Merchants called us Death on the Seas. Got to be so feared that most crews just abandoned ship when they seen our flag on the horizon. No navy to stop us, Captain Torden Abdougal, and the Red Saber was known all over the East. Now, I ain't one to brag, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways, apparently. The Empire had a bounty on me of 40,000 coins. That's something to be proud of, if you're a douchebag. Of course, the poor, let's see, could never collect on it. Anvil being the wretched den that it was. Most sailors there worked for me anyhow. The Legion could never get no one to give me up. Wish those days could have lasted. But you know how it is. Nothing good can last forever. They're getting longer. This is ridiculous. Hello, how's it going? Celtic 96. Yeah, go Celtics. I ain't got much time left. Sure, we had plenty of food down here. It lasted for years. But all this time in the wet and dark, I got something nasty growing in me. What a terrible way to die. Not on the end of an enemy's cutlass, but because some damned sickness. No seafaring man should die like this. At least I can still hear the water. Ah, the water. Cheers. Water. Definitely something I need more of. Maybe I should be a seafaring pirate. How about you? Would you like to be a pirateer? Me? Eh. I do like ships, though. And for some weird reason, I like gemstones. They're tasty looking, like candies. But I was telling the story of how I got mine, weren't I? I cursed the day that the Cameron usurper died at the war ended. 'Cause it was that day that Commodore Fassel turned his attention to the Red Saber. A couple of months after the war, that fat, pompous bastard decided to come down here to Anvil and take up port in my town. My town. Looking to break up the Red Saber. Well, it would have been nice if he'd have done something about the Green Saber. But the Emperor gave him whatever he asked for to campaign against us, despite the coffers being empty from the war in High Rock. When Umbernox couldn't get what he needed, he set out looking all over the Abitchan Sea for the Black Flag. There are hundreds of islands in the sea, and he landed a crew on each one, rooted out my men when he could, hung them, and jailed them. Probably not in that order. No matter for many ships and men it cost him, he kept coming with more and more. Couldn't get ahead of him. Could never mount a counterattack. It took him 4 years. A lot of ships. That sea rat finally tracked me down. It were me own fault anyway. If I never made the mistake I made, he'd have died before he found me. But a man has to stand up for his mistakes, no matter if it cost him. Besides, ain't like I'll be fooling you, since you're likely to look at me bones as you read this. Umbernox had his main force out of port following a lead that I planted. I set sail back to Anvil, hoping to catch him off guard, capture the boats he left behind, and fight him with his own ships in Anvil Bay. Ha! Can you imagine the look on his pig face? Man, this guy is really nasty. If maybe he was supposed to be a pirate. If it have worked, I thought I'd finally get the wear so on to show his face in a proper fight. I should have known, but he had men waiting there for me. We fought, but we were trapped. The Navy men set the town on fire to keep us from fleeing into land. I'm sure the fine citizens of Cyrodiil didn't weep for the torching of a town of thieves. The main force of Imperial dogs held us until Umbernox showed up with his flagship. Umbernox fought me to the last ship, and in the end the bay was filled with sunken and burning boats. If I weren't fighting for my life, I'd have probably thought it were beautiful. So the Black Flag and Umbernox's rickety tub were the only ones that were still floating and fighting when dawn came. So I did what any pirate with sense would do. I tried to run. Now understand, right? In my own self, I am a pirate, murderer, thief, and I certainly ain't never believed in a fair fight. But there's a line and an unspoken code between sailing men, and Umbernox went too far. He had mages on his ship. Mages ain't never been allowed on my boats. They're no good, bad luck, and I don't trust them. Turns out I was right. I cut across the south side of the bay along a huge cliff, and that was the cliff wall that used to be there. I had my helmsman stay as close as he could to the cursed cliff. I could hear those mages from the deck of Umbernox's ship yelling some nonsense onto the wind. A few rocks fell on my deck, and a few more, and then the whole bloody cliff came crashing down on top of me. Now, don't you worry, I didn't die just then. The cliff collapsed around the ship, making this dang cavern. Better it just fell on us, but no. It sealed the Black Flag, her crew, and me under tons of rock. We were buggered. I don't know, I've seen my own blood more times than I can count. But seeing the ragged mess that just came up out of my lungs just now is the only time I've ever been afraid of it. I guess I should be getting to the last bit of my story. Me and my crew were trapped down here, never to see the light again, or some rot. We tried digging out, tried blasting out, tried calling out. Nothing worked. Some of the men went crazy, figured out they were not getting out. Most of us just accepted the fate. We made the hulk of the Black Flag into the best home we could. Tried making a life of it down here. Plenty of stores with us. Since most of the crew were killed in the fight, it was more than enough to go around. I tell you though, you ain't known suffering till you ain't got nothing but hard rations for 20 years. All the pain I ever caused anyone is paid back to me tenfold in having to eat the same filth every day for the whole time I've been down here. Then Grim died. Grim was the first, and by one, the boys had been dropping. They all got the same sickness I got. Buried them when we could, threw them in the water when we didn't have the strength to bury them. Finally, just made them walk to the far side of the cavern a couple days before the sickness ran its course. I'm the last. Suppose that makes sense. Great and Captain Dougal, defeated by fossil Umbernox and buried alive forever. I wonder what became of Anvil. Probably let it burn and swept the ashes into the sea. Umbernox probably went back to the Imperial City to pat himself on the back and be rewarded with fancy titles. Like I said way back in the beginning, I don't expect nobody to read this, but if by chance someone does find my carcass down here in this pit, do an old seaman a favor. Track down whatever descendants that fat old sack Umbernox may have and tell him that Torden Ap Dougal says hi. Well, alright then. Just an Oldsmobile Cutlass? I've destroyed the last of the undead pirates and claimed Unborrow Cove as my own. The cavern and the hulk of the Black Flag are in terrible condition after the years. Oh, Dahlia Rackham. Okay. Rack 'em up.
If you're looking to learn a bit about potion making, you should speak to Phelan Raylas at the Mages Guild. Might be nice to learn how to make better potions. See you. You too. How goes it? Okay. Ooh, not bad. Good day.
Hi there.
Hi.
Good day.
Good day.
Tell me more. Let's do business.
Can I have, fence?
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business.
Quarters.
Pleasure doing business. Let's do business.
Not sure what these are. Supplier.
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business. That's just not reasonable.
Oh, we're broke. Who's this guy?
That layabout? You can find him wasting time at the Count's Arms.
Velwyn Berenius?
Goodbye.
Let's go sell things, I guess. Oh.
Good evening.
Evening is good. I think it's these potions that usually get me a lot of money. I don't know. Armor does too.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Armor.
Can't go into battle with broken equipment. Bye.
Let's try out our new fence. Am I literally gonna go all the way over there?
How can I help you? Yes?
Are you a fence?
You too. Hi there. Hello. It may take a while, but with the Blackwood Company gone, the new master can rebuild the Fighters Guild to its former glory.
Oh, that's much better.
What is it? Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Fantastic. Well met. Good that you want to get better. Please, go on. Take care. I hope I can... Let's do business. You've made a good bit of gold. You gotta... That's a fair deal. You drive a hard bargain.
Wow, 1,500? That's a good fence. Bold choice. Old Blivy. Ah, it's got the mechanics I like. I wanted to get the remastered version, but it's just Skyrim with a new skin on it. And I don't like Skyrim's menu set. You know, another thing is that for some reason Skyrim doesn't have the keylogger. Not hating or none of that stuff. It's just like I like to be able to jump, duck, draw my weapon, open a door, and fast travel. Skyrim, you gotta wait. And when you draw your weapon in Skyrim, it's so slow. Horse water walking. Yes. Yes. I mean, it looks like a TikTok dance. If you do it sideways.
That seems a fair price.
Also, very good morning, Kirk Bray.
An excellent bargain.
I think we're good to go for a little while.
Another satisfied customer.
Skyrim is for a console controller. You know, I love Skyrim. There's so much more in that game than there is in this game. But I really like this menu, and I like these mechanics. It's working for me. And ninja. Yeah.
Hail.
Did you hear that the Knights of the Nine are gathering holy relics?
What?
Bye.
Who does such a thing? No, no, no. Oh. Alright. Whatever. Wow. Bacon. That's so cool. We got a hog master. Riggedy Frink Frunks. Not even sure how to get back outside.
Hello.
This way. Do you like Oblivion interface better than Morrowind? That was the pinnacle for me. Everything on one screen. Alright. I have not played Morrowind. Now, when I played the Skyrim, when I played the Skyrim DLC, and I did that island that's getting covered by ash from Morrowind, and I was like, oh, this is probably what Morrowind is kind of like. It really made me want to play it. And I started watching a playthrough. And I like the idea of it, but I never actually did it. Couldn't say why. But I should. Because there's probably a lot of really cool stuff that, like... How well do you really know who the Nerevarine is if you've never played Morrowind?
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
I mean, if I play the game, I can just make the joke to Morrowind all stream long. I'll stream Tomorrowwind today.
Good day.
Good morrow.
Let's do business.
Are you a Fletcher or a Fetcher?
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business.
What else you got?
Pleasure doing business with you.
That's it, huh?
You too.
See you around, Dahlia. It's the best if you can handle the old graphics. Oh, graphics aren't no problem. The only thing that I didn't really look forward to is that I've got to read more. People use OpenMW now. It's a rebuilt engine that runs the old files on modern PCs. Easy to set up. Oh, oh, wow, okay. That old, huh? Because, like, I've used some emulators and stuff. It's easy to install an AI voice mod. And you've already got that part set up. Alright then. I've completely upgraded Dunbarrow Cove and hired a full crew. Once a week, the pirates who follow me will provide me with my share of plunder. In order to send them out, I must speak with one of them to send them on a mission. They will return to Dunbarrow Cove in 1 week with my share of the booty and the loot.
What's your story?
If you know enough about Neravarine to be interested in who they really were,
How about that?
you owe it to yourself to experience Bethesda at their very best. Really? See, that was the opinion I was wondering about. Bethesda at their best.
I'm not surprised.
And he gives it
Skyrim is always involved in
2 exclamation points.
Goodbye.
That's definitely no mistake. I mean, 1 exclamation point could be an oopsie. 2 of them, that was deliberate.
By the gods!
She agrees with me.
Heard about the other provinces?
I've heard that the Nords of Skyrim have been warring with the Redoran of Morrowind.
The Redoran. See, I know, I don't know who the Redoran are.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Kirk. I was talking to another fan of the Elder Scrolls about a crossover between Frasier and the Elder Scrolls. And Frasier would be a Khajiit, so his name would be Frasier. The only part I'm not getting around is that, you know, there's no phones. It's worth typing out. The full exclamation. The thing, there's no phones back in the time, but I'm thinking about making some clips, and I'm like, we could have a cat, and he'd be like, "Hello, caller, I'm listening," and the caller would say like, "Yeah, Frasier, someone keeps stealing my sweet roll."
Good to see you.
And then Frasier could say, "Well, have you tried hiding your sweet roll?" And then Roz, and she'd be a Khajiit, and her name would be spelled R-A'_AZ. She'd say, "You should try slipping in a poison apple." And then Frasier will say, "Roz, please refrain from interjecting Sithis into the show." Then she'd say something like, "I'm just saying it'd be an effective way to get rid of your sweet roll thief." And Frasier would say something, "Well, let's try something a little less violent, like maybe putting some mustard in your sweet roll. Why, I remember my day as a kitten back in the Imperial City Marketplace." And right then, Bulldog would come in, but he's an orc, and his name is Bullgrodog. And he'd be like, "Hey, somebody left a sweet roll in the break room, and it tastes like apple." You put your playthrough script already written. I was doing things last night. I was trying to make commentary. I'm not quick enough. I'm better at rehearsed performances on stage. I tend to rehearse a lot of my jokes. But I think it was a good exercise to just like throw this spell at people. So I'm like, oh, you thought you were gonna get your life together and improve your financial situation? Not with the banks involved. Then you hit him with student loan debt. Oh, we're gonna go get our Anvil castle. I like this place. It's a really cool house. That's definitely an Oblivion setup. But if you like the Dark Brotherhood, Kimona Tong in Morrowind is fun too. Just not written out as Oblivion's DB. Okay, I'm gonna try it out. Check this out. See, I mean, I grew up a Ninja Turtle, right? That's why I got the ninja sword, and then we just kind of ultimate weapon the crap out of it. I know, I'm cheating. Whatever. You just go to the Arcane University, drain health 50 points, and actually I get up to where I drain 100 points for 2 seconds, and that's like level 25 and up for just the civilies. But I like here's what was weird is I didn't know how to play the game when I was first playing it, so I was just going around collecting everything. And one of the first things I did, I saw this guy on a horse, and he had really cool armor, and I didn't have any, so I was like, all right, shot him. Before you know it, it was an Allegiant soldier, so the Dark Brotherhood, and then it started the Dark Brotherhood, and this is my first playthrough ever, and we're talking like, 2009 or whatever, and I got this armor, and I was like, oh wow, I get to be a ninja, just like Ninja Turtles, and that's kind of what happened. Eastern influenced. The blades are less samurai, though. That's alright. I mean, I actually like the ninja swordier sword, which I think is the ebony blade. But this thing's an ultimate weapon. I mean, it's like a one-shot. I just mow through this game. I don't have the time to enjoy it as much as I'd like. I like the idea of trying some Morrowind. It looked pretty cool to start. Kimona Tong. Okay, I get it. Morrowind has unlocked acrobatics so you can jump higher and parkour around like a ninja better. What? There's throwing stars? Aw, okay. And yes, I am definitely into that. I jump like crazy. I'm actually waiting until our acrobatics get up a little higher. And then I have the plan to, and we've already done the mission, but I'm gonna edit out or bug out these boots of Spring Heel Jack, because you put them on, and then you go do that Daedric mission where it takes all your stuff, and then you got the permanent bonus, and you can really jump. But it's just kind of thing. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Gotta stop there. You know, when I saved the boots the first time, I just didn't wear them when I dropped, and I dropped to the side, but I had really high health. The other thing you do is if you do the mission early, when you're up there in the top part of the tower and you're going to drop, in that room there's some beer or wine, or beer and wine or something, and it fortifies your health enough that you can make the fall. Throwing stars. Where are we going? Right here. To the bar. To the Count's Arms. We're gonna fall into the Count's Arms. Where's our dude?
What can I do for you, Sir Knight?
You don't know.
Take care.
I always take care.
Good afternoon.
I never jumped around like that in Oblivion.
Good to see you.
Because that is one of my favorite things about the game, is being able to hop like Spider-Man. I'm like, I am Spider-Man. I will sit on the top of this chair.
Sir.
Just like a spider. One of my favorite games is the GameCube Spider-Man game.
Hello, good sir.
Hello. It's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto. And you get to jump around the city saving people and delivering pizzas.
You wouldn't happen to be in the market for a home, would you? If you are, I just happen to be selling a manor located right here in Anvil.
It's not haunted, is it? I don't want a haunted house, dude.
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benaris Manor. If you're interested, I could let you have it for a modest sum. I have to sell it soon, as I have pressing matters elsewhere. You're welcome to take a look at it. It is located across the street from the chapel. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. That's the deal. Would you like to buy it now?
Across from the chapel with all the stuff that happened, it's definitely not haunted. Here's 5,000 gold.
Excellent. Here's the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. I hope you enjoy your new home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
Wait a minute. If a gold is like an ounce of gold, then 5,000 ounces of gold, that'd be like... $10 million. Is that $10 million? Or $1 million? 50,000, 500,000, 5 million. Times 2 is 10 million. Wow, we just paid 10 mil for this house. It's definitely not an ounce of gold. No, oh, it bugged out. Wonder why. Time to debase the currency. Uriel was missing out. He was on the gold road standard. What time is it anyways? Whoa, the game is corrupt. Well, that's wild. Imperial Treasury Bonds by Akatosh. Yeah. That's good stuff. We are actually running out of missions to do here in Oblivion. And I was like, when I get done with this, I'm gonna have to play some Skyrim again, because I think it's been like... Let's see. So, original Skyrim last played November 26th, 2015. But Skyrim Special Ed last played October 1st, 2022. So only a quarter of a decade ago. But then I was like, I've played that. I should play some Morrowind. Oh man, if I do the Kafrasier thing, if we make some Kafrasier clips, then we could definitely make some advertisements too. That'd be funny if Kafrasier was selling Imperial Treasury Bonds by Akatosh. Be sure and contact your
Good riddance to the Blackwood Company.
castle steward today.
Absolutely.
Or
Take care.
check out the market district
May I help you?
and inquire
Have
with
you
the
heard about
beggars.
the badge? They say that Deirdre came from Oblivion and burned the whole city to the ground.
By the gods.
Yes.
Good day.
You wouldn't happen to be... Yeah, I have one. Excellent. Now if you...
I gotta admit, I'm excited about starting some Skyrim again. Because there is, like I say, there's so much. There's so much. I've been working with some rocks. Like big riprap. And I have to make them fit, so I have to smack them with a sledgehammer. And when I smack this pile of rocks with a sledgehammer, it sounds just like the Skyrim mines. I've arrived at my new house in Enville, Benaris Manor, also known as YouTube Administratoress Manor. Looks like the place is in need of some work. But that's alright, because I'm handy. And it was a great deal for $10 million. I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, who could pass up on a haunted house? I can now make myself at home. Home sweet haunted home. I hate this stupid house. This is the worst house. Ouch, 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 my frickin' shins every time I walk in. sleep in our haunted house. Benarius Manor is haunted. Well, the gall. And I told him I didn't want a haunted house. I was awakened by ghosts that attacked me as I slept. As I awoke, I thought I heard a crash from downstairs. I should search downstairs and investigate. Man, all the windows are busted. This place is moldy. Scrotum Logren's, no, scrap from Lorgren's diary. I found a skeletal hand, bony and creepy and all doing its thing, next to a page from a diary. The diary makes mention of a secret room in the house that only a true-blooded Benaris can open. I'm going to need to talk to Velwyn about it. I may have to ask around town to find out where he's gone. Let's see. Second Sun's Dawn, Third Era, 33-5. The people of Anvil are worms! Exclamation point. Ooh, he took the point. He only wrote one, though. So maybe it was an accident. How dare they criticize what they don't understand? I shall have my vengeance in a form they cannot possibly imagine. I shall use the souls of the departed to prolong my own life. And then I'll be older than them, and I'll be like, ha ha ha, you guys are old and I'm not yet. The tome is very specific. I must have more bodies. Yes, lots. Bodies. Gee whiz, this is a long scrap. If you want Morrowind flavor, you could challenge yourself to go straight to Solstheim and stay there. Ah, yeah, that's what it is, Solstheim. That wasn't in the MLS photo. I don't think this place has been inspected. I must protect myself from those meddlers. They shall not interfere with my designs. I have constructed a room in the basement of this manor. It is there. I will inter my corporeal self, and I will transcend this plane of existence. Only a true-blooded Benaris may open this portal. Or if you have the gun, you can open this portal. So if I fail, however unlikely that may be, a descendant may attempt to follow in my footsteps, to carry on the true way. To make sure our secret's safe, I have harnessed the spirits of those bodies I have defiled. I knew he was a pervert, to forever guard that place. That's why you made that room in the basement. He was looking at porn. The fools think I don't hear them speaking about how he looks at porn. I can hear their rumor and innuendo. See that? They intend to meddle in the powers they can barely comprehend. They call me an old fool and shun me. The young dare each other to step one foot in my yard. I yell at squirrels. I have become the stuff of old wives' tales. I buy those little candies that are butterscotch flavored and campfire stories. They dismiss me as an oddity. I'm an even guy, but soon they will see when all of Anvil lies in waste around me. When their corpses litter the streets and their blood dampens the earth, only then will my true power be known and feared. Poor guy. Sounds like he's been through a lot. Imagine breaking into that. Dude, there's another ghost, for crying out loud. That wasn't creepy at all. So now we should probably go back to the floating bowl. Or, no, wait, the Count's arms? Off to it. Have fun. Thanks for hosting. Enjoy your new house.
Morning.
Oh, man.
Morning.
Good morning.
What's going on with you?
Thanks.
I ran into some goblins in the
Thanks for
woods
coming
not
by,
long
Kirk.
ago. Nasty little beasts.
Alright, who do I talk to?
Horrid beasts.
It's
I
good
hate
talking
the
to you.
things.
Good day.
Goodbye.
I appreciate your opinion on Fraser.
I'm Wilbur, owner and proprietor of the Count's Arms. We make beds and food available to guests. Can I help you?
The guy that was here.
As soon as you bought the place, he pretty much up and left. I hear tell he's making his way to the Imperial City.
Oh,
Bye.
let's run him down.
Hello.
Got a can of Mountain Dew. Run. Oh, he's already there. Well, whatever. Do you live stream, Kurt? Or upload
Hi there.
content
I heard
and
the
such?
gauntlets of the...
I will check out your house.
Greetings, Imperial brother. Hello.
Channel. We should call them houses. That'd be funny.
Let's hear it.
If you're looking for books, first edition is the
I'm surprised to see you all the way out here in the Imperial City.
Well, you know what I was surprised to see? Freaking ghosts, buddy.
So, you think I'm responsible? I suppose you're right, as the manor used to belong to my grandfather, Lorgren Beneris. I knew there was a curse on that place, which is why I sold it to you so cheap. I suppose I should have warned you, but I had to get out of Anvil. My family said I could move here to the Imperial City once all our loose ends were tied down. The manor was one of those loose ends. I fear my own greed got the better of my judgment. I hope you weren't hurt badly in that horrible place. I suppose I assumed you'd be able to lift the curse and be done with it.
Yarg.
Lorgren Beneris was a strange old man, always dabbling and experimenting with magic. He was mostly harmless, until the fateful day he came across a tome bearing the evil magic of necromancy.
Oh,
He
those
became
necromancers.
obsessed and decided that by using necromancy, he could prolong his own life. The dark arts contained in the tome called for him to dig up the recently deceased in the nearby crypts under the cathedral. When it was discovered that he did this, the Mages Guild called for a quick meeting to decide what to do. It only took minutes to decide. Led by a young upstart named Carahill, the Mages Guild stormed Beneris Manor and slew Lorgren. However, amid the chaos, his body vanished. Because of this, the people of Anvil concluded the manor must be cursed. You are the first person to set foot inside in a long time.
Well, let's go lift it.
According to the diary entry, it seems that I'm the only one who can open the secret door in the manor. And I can't help feeling slightly guilty selling you the place under these circumstances. I'll meet you in Anvil at the Count's Arms. From there, we'll try to lift the curse together.
All right.
I'll
It's
see
a
you in
shame.
Anvil. All the smaller bookstores are gone.
He's got a
I guess
sword
they
now.
just...
Did he always
How are
have
you
that?
today?
All the way back.
Hello. Questions?
What?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Let's
Many
roll, bro.
Argonians said they had
I was half expecting you not to show up. Are you ready to go to the manor?
Yeah. Let's go defeat that. It's not a wraith. What is it? Well, let's go find out what it's called.
Then let's get this over with. I don't relish the thought of spending too long inside of the manor. Follow me.
I have heard Argonia is...
Hello, how's it going, Colette? What you up to? We're dehauntifying our house. This guy's great grand uncle or something like that was kind of a perv. And let's see, what did he do? He made a special room in the basement. And then he was looking at porn down there, and he wanked it so much his hand came off, and then he stuck his hand in this jar. Something like that, I don't know. Belwyn and I have arrived in Benares Manor. I must proceed cautiously to the secret room's entrance and prevent any harm from befalling us if the curse is ever to be lifted from this place. Alright, so what happened is I bought a house, and...
Okay, you lead from here. Hopefully we can make it to the basement without too much fighting.
I bought this house from this dude, and his uncle didn't like people of Anvil, and so he tried to become an eternal being. And in order to stop him from doing that, they cut his hand off, stuck it in a jar. Pretty cool house, though, I gotta admit. I mean, this is pretty neat. You know, you gotta hang up here, nice and warm. You go outside, little balcony here. It's a really cool house. And of course, there's a basement. So what are you up to, Colette? What you gonna do today? Oh, I was looking at my watermelons, and everything looks great, and like there's a blossom, and it's just so fuzzy. They look great. Yeah, I did my gardening last night in the dark with a flashlight. But it's alright, I didn't have much to do. I had to go get it done when there wasn't going to be a lot of sun out. Belwyn and I have arrived at the secret door. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get any more sunlight, and when the sun comes back up, I've got to go back to work anyway, so... Oh. Use some 7. That's what Mom uses. Belwyn successfully opened the door to the secret room, which has stopped the ghosts from attacking. He then ran off, leaving me to clean up the mess. It's up to me and me alone to investigate what's beyond the mysterious portal. We'll talk to him later. Oh yeah, we gotta go get the hand, don't we? Friggin' that. Aw, let's go try and talk to him. Okay. Yeah. Traditional methods, I suppose. Oh, there he is. Lorgren's skeleton. Ooh, goodies. Diamond.
And I desire the chance to atone for my sins. The things I've done to the people of Anvil, the horrible, unspeakable acts I've committed, demand repentance. Garahil was justified in his actions. Slaying me was the only way to stop the madness. I have accepted that fate. now, so I may make my final peace with the Nine. Please rejoin my hand to my body. Only then, when I am complete, will this eternal nightmare.
After touching the altar, I heard the voice of Lorgren. He said he wished to atone for his past and make peace with the Nine. All he wished was to be whole. This must be the way to lift the curse from the Betterest Manor. I should touch his skeleton while I carry the bony hand and put an end to this. That's gross.
It never fails to amuse me how easy mortal man is to manipulate. You've assisted me in completing the very thing Carahill and his cabal sought to prevent all those years ago. My ascension to immortality. Last time I clashed with mortals, I underestimated their power. I shall not repeat that mistake twice. I live again.
I forget what these things are called. We are getting up in levels. Guess I'm gonna have to upgrade the bitch slapper. Completing the skeleton was a ruse, and Lorgren rose from the dead. I had no choice but to destroy him. With this destruction, the curse of Betterest Manor, also known as YouTube Administratus Manor, was lifted. I should return to the Count's arms and speak to Velwyn. It's not a wraith, ghost, will-o'-the-wisp. That just seems like a lot of work to have to install all of that just for a door. Oh, look. Our house is magically fixed. Still has this stupid table in my shin all the time.
The lifter of curses returns. I'm sorry for running away like that, but fear got the best of me. I'm glad you talked me into coming with you. Now that the curse has been lifted, I feel like I've taken care of my family's unfinished business. Excellent work, my friend. May the manor give you many years of happiness. I'm now off to the Imperial City once more. Farewell.
That's it? Well, I guess that's it. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna take a quick nap before work. That sounds good. Thanks for coming by, Colette, Kirk. And Anglo Celtic 96. You guys are awesome. Hope you have yourselves a fantastic day. Oh, I'll send you some pictures of some of the fossils, Colette. Gotta get to the live stream. It's summertime now. Getting things all lined up. Thanks for coming by and chatting. See you next time.